Credible effort with over 200 yards rushing a week ago.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. So that a nightmarish start to a football game as they give the ball away on the opening kickoff.
And they put their defense in a bind right away. They have to go into protect mode.
He's got it complete to Gibbs. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. A play fake, now Fields to throw. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. A 5-yard pass on first down and another 5-yard connection there.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Ken Walker with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Dragons will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was Ken Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. With the Niners offense set to go to work, and it's last year's revelation, Brock Purdy, who leads them out in season number 2 from Iowa State.
There weren't many bigger stories last season than Purdy, who's officially the most famous Mr. Irrelevant of all time. Won each of his first 5 starts and almost guided his team to a Super Bowl. He's really forced the team to reevaluate its plans at quarterback because he looks like the real deal.
Purdy's throw taken in by Samuel. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. What a pickup this man was last year. It's Christian McCaffrey. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 15 carries, 76 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, to no one's surprise, he gets an early rep right there, and they've been playing their best ball this season as they built this winning streak, and that includes the ground game, where he's kept the offense productive and put them in position to win ball games. The question now is, can this defense that he's facing do what others haven't and finally put a stop to this streak?
19 yards there on the catch and run. And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. What's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. And he caught it up. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now off to the races. races down the right side. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Extra point try now from Dicker. And it's jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Holding, receiving team.
They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
McCaffrey on the counter. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6.
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And he's brought down all the way back in the end zone. My goodness, that's going to be a safety.
I'm not sure they mentioned it as a goal during the week or even talked about it in pregame, but the way they're playing right now, they want this game out of reach by halftime. Not only does the safety just demoralize the opposing offense, now your guys can run out there and try to add another 6 to their lead.
Kenneth Walker headed back out there.
Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season, and, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown.
Jamison Williams,
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
and the Dragons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that pushes the lead up to 23.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. And now their hill to climb has gotten taller. They had the safety last time they had the football. That led to the touchdown a moment ago. So that deficit going in the wrong direction as they try to right the ship here. 1st and 10.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing here, Purdy.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this 1st half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Here's Purdy. That'll be caught. It's Tony. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a 1st down.
Now, that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This 1st half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he's got room. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
2nd down and 3, ball on the 7. Purdy now to throw.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
McCaffrey. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Again, McCaffrey, and he will not get in. In fact, he might have lost a yard. Back to the 2. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Mitchell. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6.
Jake Moody for the 49ers field goal. A 23-yard attempt.
And is good. And that'll get this back down to a 20-point spread. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Tokyo set to go on offense once again. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Catch is made by Marquise Brown, and he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. They'll get 34 yards there.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
That pass caught. It's Williams. And touchdown. Jamison Williams. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dragons are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Dicker now to tack on the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was Jamison Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And he won't quite make it to the 25. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp. and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to start.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Powering forward. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. Back to throw. Fields. And a dangerous throw there. Incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
This is caught. Touchdown. Jamar Chase. 31 yards. And the Dragons will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the route is on here in this first half.
49ers 3. Cameron Dicker to kick off.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Purdy looking to throw on first down here. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Purdy to throw again on 2nd and 10.
They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Purdy. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Purdy sets up to throw again.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Purdy.
Over the middle, complete to Samuel.
And Debo going to have a Niners first down as he'll get the ball down inside the 30.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And this one is right down the middle. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
It must be something about the night air because he is putting on an absolute show under the light.
Yeah, we've established anything in his vicinity, he's grabbing it.
Go.
Off play action, Fields.
He'll buy some time right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
If for some reason you doubted Chase's elite ability, how about this? Missed 5 games last season, still reached 1,000 yards and made the Pro Bowl. His name always at the forefront of the game's greatest playmakers.
And a good job of just fighting through 1 tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up.
2nd and 7.
At the Niners' 43-yard line.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
This is caught. It's Brown. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 13-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skills showing the power, but just not much room to operate. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I love the modern game, but that was a throwback right there to see the big man with football, running, knocking people aside, and picking up yardage. That takes me back to the 60s, the 70s, when fullbacks ruled the earth.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
Mike McCarthy pretty decisive. He brings out that red challenge flag.
Previous play is under review.
They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So Mike McCarthy correct in his assessment there to challenge that ruling. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
49ers 6. Cameron Dicker to kick off.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 2. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best.
And he loses the football a second time. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. He was trying to do anything he could to get that final little bit for the first down. Instead, he lost the ball.
Yeah, and he was short of the first down, but not by much. Trying his best, as you noted, to get there. Sometimes that extra effort can cost you.
Walker now on 1st and 10. Shoves him aside. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
23 yards on the play.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first
Touchdown! Trey McBride.
A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Dragons are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this third quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Let's go now.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw, Purdy.
Under pressure, and down he goes.
It's J.O.K. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there for the sack.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
Jamison Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense.
When you're in a zone like he is, what's the conversation like on the sideline between he and his quarterback? Is that a one-way conversation of, hey, just keep getting me the football?
It actually is probably a two-way conversation because he wants to keep getting him the football because he's seeing the payoff. You know, getting the ball to that guy means yardage, and as we've seen, touchdowns in this game. So I think both of them get more and more excited about the possibilities as things continue on.
Yeah, so far it's been over 100 yards and the 2 scores. Rolling to his left.
This is taken in by McBride.
And he is inside the 35.
A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it.
And got his man complete. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Jamison Williams
with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Dragons are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
Boy, that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth-quarter hole. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10
at the 20. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Open man. Now the ball comes loose.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
Here we go. Go.
Following the fumble recovery, Fields. He finds his man complete. It's Gibbs.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
They'll roll him out right. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Fields hit and the ball is loose.
We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost get... zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Well, they are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the 1st down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not there.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
No hesitation on the decision to go on 4th and goal from the 1, and they punch it in.
And I do believe that field position factors in there, too, because even if they don't get in, you're going to force the other guys to go the full 99 yards. So, to me, a good calculated risk, which actually paid off.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And this... ago as they just add on to that big lead.
49ers 6. Cameron Dicker to kick off.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away.
Now a hit and a loose football. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Extra point try now from Dicker.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And he returns this to the 22.
The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that.
And he lost the football.
And it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Here we go. Go.
Following the fumble recovery, Fields. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Dicker down to tack on the extra point.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Out on the field now, here come the 49ers.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Now Purdy.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Back to the air on second down, Purdy. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. Nick Bosa able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. On the return is Williams.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards.
And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The offense back out there at the line ready for their next drive.
And it's looking all the more likely that a fifth straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
Don't jump. Ready?
Now a 2nd and 2.
That one looks like he'll throw here. inside the 35. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was